Hello, and welcome to Mr. C's presentation on lines. That's right, you may have heard of lines before, but never like this. When you're thinking of lines, remember, these are the building blocks of polygons and other shapes, too. And you might say, right off the bat, like you always do, I know you always ask me this question, Mr. C, why are lines important? Why do I even care about lines? Okay, well, lines come together to make shapes. Look at the computer that you're staring at. Look up in the corner over there. There's lines that come together to create different angles and shapes, and we'll get into these angles and shapes later, but we're going to take a look at these lines first. Just suffice it to say that lines are going to continue to come up in geometry. The study of shapes, or at least the mathematical study of shapes and how lines and different points come together. So let's get right into it. Let's take a look at a line. Okay, look at it. Isn't she beautiful? I want you to notice something right there. You can see, let's see if I can pull up my little, right here, okay. You can see it goes in a nice straight line, goes perfectly straight, and then there's these little arrows at the end, which basically mean that it goes on for infinity. That means it's going to go on forever. Look, we got our man little Buzz, or we got our little Buzz Lightyear here, to infinity and beyond. All right, when you think of lines, you have to remember that they do in fact go on for infinity, which is why they have these little arrows here on both these ends. This line is actually going to extend all the way out forever and ever and ever and ever. And I'm going to draw another little arrow out here to show you that it just keeps going. So remember that. Lines go on forever. Let's take a look at a whole bunch of lines. And you're going to get kind of a good shot here of how lines can really start to come together to create shapes. Okay, look, there's a whole bunch of lines that have come together to create a triangle. Look, we have got another little triangle in here. Look at this little guy. Okay, when lines come together, they make shapes. I'll give you even another example of one that's not a triangle. Look at this. If we were to draw another line out here, see the arrows? Because they go on for infinity. They go on forever. Look, we've made a nice little quadrangle. It's not exactly a square there, but it does have four sides. It's a quadrangle. So these lines come together to create shapes. They go on for infinity, and they are very, very straight. But you can see that they can come together to create different things. So, what did we learn? Just said it about 1,000,000 times. If you can't remember, slap yourself in the brain. Lines are building pieces of polygons and shapes, so they come together to create other things. Okay, lines are straight. You can't have a curved line. Okay, when we're talking geometry, this is not a line. Okay, it's some sort of crescent, and I'm sure that if you get to geometry 205 or geometry 5000, you will learn that or what exactly that shape is called. I don't know. I never took geometry 2000, but suffice it to say that is not a line. Lines are nice and straight. And then finally, lines go on forever in both directions. And it's important to remember both directions, because when we talk about rays and we talk about some other shapes that we're about to talk about, you'll learn that that rays only go on in one direction, but lines go on in two directions forever. Okay, so I'm going to challenge you right now to try it. Pick 3 different colored crayons or pencils, get a piece of scrap paper, grab it out of the recycling bin, or ask your teacher, ask your mom, and draw 3 different colored lines. And if you want to go a little further, see if you can have them intersect in some places and start to create shapes with them. Okay, I hope this helped.